welcome to Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
Well, hello, sisters. Happy fall.
Fall was a while ago, Sid.
Happy holidays.
It's the holidays.
No?
It's the holiday season
Yeah.
in general. Blanket statement.
Yeah.
Happy third week of November.
I mean, that's more accurate.
I don't know what else to say. Thanksgiving's
Thanksgiving.
coming.
Not
Not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving. I wanted to be, I guess we do though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not like a religious holiday. It's not like we leave people out by talking about Thanksgiving.
Well, but
Do we?
anybody who's outside the U.S.,
Oh, yeah.
Although there is a Canadian Thanksgiving, we just already missed it.
Dang. When was it?
I think it was last month.
What? What about Halloween?
I
They have
know.
their Halloween and other
Well, I mean, they
Canadian
can still have
Thanksgiving the same month?
Halloween and Thanksgiving.
I think you're allowed, and I mean, I'm sure it celebrates something different, than ours. I mean, thanks. I mean, like I think it's probably also about thanks because it's called Thanksgiving, and they probably don't call it Canadian Thanksgiving. They probably just call it Thanksgiving, and they call ours like the U.S.
American Thanksgiving?
American Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Wow. We have so much information on this holiday to share with
Maybe
you.
maybe they throw shade at us and call it Fakesgiving. Ooh.
I feel like the holiday season of October, November, and December is very clearly defined by the holiday at the end of October, the holiday at the end of November, and the holiday at the end of December. Each of them with increasing value,
But
I guess,
I feel like
as you go on.
I think that's a thing that all of us recognize in many cultures, at least. It's like we have all of our different holidays, but the closer you get to the end of the year, you're more there's like party, 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 party.
That's fair.
Like you've almost made it, and then you got to reset everything in January and be like, ah, man. Like I think that's a worldwide thing.
Now there's no funsies for a few months there.
Yeah, that's really true. Think about it. Like January through like April, there's just no holidays really of anything.
Hey,
There's like Valentine's
Well,
Day
yeah,
and
that one
Easter.
excuse me. There's a very important holiday in the middle of January.
Your birthday.
Yeah. So look, everybody,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a thing to tide you over, if you need a holiday to celebrate in that bereft period of holidayless gloom, just go ahead and celebrate yours truly. To celebrate my birthday, the beautiful day that I was born, January 13th.
Happy Taylor birthday.
Happy Taylor came into the world this day.
But like as we go throughout the year, we just get lazier and lazier and more ready to be done with the year. Like summer, we don't do anything. We get back from summer. We don't really do that much before we start having breaks again for more holidays. Like think about it. We get back from summer, we have like 2 full months, and then we just start taking some off every month for a different holiday.
I love this concept that that holidays were secretly just created because we're lazy and we want more time off of work and or school.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good thing that our excuses for slacking off kind of increase exponentially throughout the year, Like it gives a good ebb and flow to our ability to put up with stuff. Like it's January, I got to deal with everything. It's December, whatever.
Well, and it's good also that we pack all of these holidays that have like so much food related to them kind of all together. So we get like all of our extra unnecessary eating out of the way all together.
Also, when it's like the dead of winter and no one's worried about their bathing suit body. It's like
bathing suit body.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I stopped worried about that long ago, I think. Well, Thanksgiving is coming, whether you celebrated it or not. Whether you like
It's
it
coming,
or not.
whether you're ready or not.
Here comes Thanksgiving with a turkey and all the fixins and family.
Wah, wah.
Oh, man. This is that response from 2 members of my family was a little disheartening. So let's talk about Thanksgiving, but let's talk about like family and holiday, like our family gatherings, spending time together with loved ones.
I will say there are like 2 members of our family that I am cool with, maybe 3. That's about it.
2 of those me and Sydney?
Yup.
Did you not even include mom and dad in that?
All right, 5. Sydney, Taylor, Justin, mom, dad.
Charlie.
Charlie counts as like an extension of you, Sydney. Charlie's like
Charlie's an extension of me.
yeah.
She's
like,
your
there's
barnacle.
No Sydney
Let's
without
be
Charlie,
real.
and there's no Charlie without Sydney. Well, it's just part of Sid.
Are you an extension of mom?
Yeah, I'd say that I am under the age of 18. I am an extension of mom. But more so when you're 2 years old, are you an extension of your parent than when you're 16 years old?
You're just a parasitic infection until you're 18 years old.
I will say
fair.
that in some ways, Charlie does feel like an extra appendage that I have grown.
Yeah, because she kind of is just always like hanging off of you someplace or another.
That's true. But I mean that in the most loving way possible. In the way only a fellow mother would go, I understand that completely.
Like a small koala bear hanging off of a tree.
Yes.
Or perhaps a baby sloth.
I don't think spending time with your family, even those outside your immediate family, is necessarily a bad thing. Riley, Taylor. There's fun stuff too.
Is there?
I think the hard thing about as we look towards Thanksgiving first is that it tends to be a holiday where all of your family gets together, except there's always a little bit of sadness in that Christmas, and I mean we're coming. Let me clarify. We celebrate Christmas, so like we are talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas because those are the 2 holidays that we happen to celebrate. So for us, like if you could only come in for one holiday, you were probably coming in for Christmas, like Taylor this year.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving is always like maybe minus a few key players.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
then
have your A
Christmas.
team.
Christmas, you got all the star quarterbacks and everyone back, but like everyone's
How many star quarterbacks do you think a team has?
Hey,
you got your star quarterback back.
The small
like-
McElroy family is nothing but quarterbacks. We all know this.
Oh,
That's true. But then like on Christmas, they're not necessarily spending time with your extended family. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Christmas is more like you spend time with your immediate family. Because it's like, you're opening presents and like the presents you got each other. And I don't get presents for everyone in our extended family. There are too many people
There'd be
to
a
get
lot of
presents
presents.
for.
Yeah.
So like Thanksgiving, you miss out on the key players, but everyone's there. Christmas, you got all the importance.
Well, you've also got the very important present-based buffer in place during Christmas.
That's
It's
true.
like, yeah, maybe I'm around these people that I don't know how to talk to, but I got this cool new game or this fun new toy or this
Taylor, do you want
bottle
toys and
of
games for Christmas?
whiskey.
Taylor has always wanted toys and games for Christmas.
Yeah, that's what you guys get me. This is not.
Yeah, don't get it
That's
twisted.
actually pretty fair.
Yeah. That's true. Thanksgiving is a lot more. You're just with your family.
Yeah.
I mean, you're eating, so like your mouth is occupied for some of the time.
Have you ever tried to like keep your mouth occupied enough to avoid all awkward conversation? Because that is a dangerous amount of food you will be consuming.
My kind of go-to is like you fill up your plate of food and then you find an area that not a lot of people are sitting at, that everyone has already kind of congregated in another area, and I pull out my phone. So I'm just sitting there, one hand eating, the other hand I'm on my phone. And it's just like, I don't look up, because when you look up, it looks like you're inviting a conversation. You just can't look up. You just got to keep your head down, and you're fine.
I always assume when you're over there on your phone that you're just texting other, like, of your friends that are your age, and you're all just having this conversation. Ugh, my family. Yeah, my family. Ugh, my family. Like, is that all you're doing, basically?
Actually, a lot of the time, I'm not even doing anything on my phone. I'm just kind of sitting there on my home screen, swiping back and forth, so that it looks like I'm busy, but I'm not.
Why wouldn't you do something on your
Because
phone?
like once you've already texted your friends and complained about your family that you don't know, and like you checked all your Insta bloops and your Snap cheats and your twatters, like that's all you got.
Yeah.
What, don't you have like Blendoku on your phone or something?
I guess.
See,
But like,
I used to. This was before we had all that newfangled technology. I would just nap, because like when it's especially Thanksgiving, I've got that tryptophan coursing through my veins. Just find a place to cozy up and nap, and it is a real butthead that's going to wake you up from a nap on Thanksgiving Day. There are very few people that are going to cross that barrier.
That's true. And you, Taylor, my recollection was always that you would it wasn't a passive aggressive attempt to get out of conversation. It was an aggressive napping. Claim that you were staking. I am on the couch and I know I'm in the middle of people. I know that this room is full of people and I am out. I am napping. I am declaring it. Watch me fall asleep. Do not interrupt me. I'm out.
You just got to be that confident enough of a family member to be like, yeah, I know there are people in this room. I know people are talking. I know people are going to try to come in here and have a conversation, but this is my territory and I'm asleep.
Yeah, and you can't fake nap it either. You've got 100% deep nap.
Yeah.
I mean, you were always good at that, but Taylor could nap anywhere, anytime, even outside of holidays. That's one of her. You list that as a skill, right?
Oh, it is. Standing up, mid conversation, on a moving train, I can nap anywhere.
Taylor's been #1 nap time girl since kindergarten.
It's true. I won an award for that.
#1 nap time girl. Didn't you sleep through a fire alarm? Or something?
I did. No joke. It's funny you bring this up, and I'm gonna admit to something a little embarrassing here, but I might have a profile on a dating app. And when it asked you to describe yourself, the only thing I chose to say about myself was voted #1 girl at nap time in 1992. Because I think any young suitor that reads that will have everything they need to know about me in that sentence. Take it or leave it.
Taylor was carried out by the fire patrol during a fire drill because she refused to wake up from her nap.
This was just an extension of me not wanting to talk to anybody. I was such an awkward kid my entire life. If I could just nap through all of school, it'd be fine. Don't wake me up. I have to talk to people if I'm awake.
I'm napping. I never had the guts to pull a Taylor and just aggressively nap in the middle of the conversation. I just didn't have it. I felt like it was my job to engage. And I will say this, I enjoy debating politics and current events and those kinds of things. And so that was typically what, I'm not going to do that here. I'm saying that was typically what our our particular Thanksgiving celebrations turned into.
Yes.
Were big, sometimes political, sometimes religious, sometimes just philosophical debates, sometimes weird. I mean, we have a lot of people in the various sciences in our family. Mm-hmm. So sometimes just weird conversations about, I don't know, really nerdy science stuff. But I always really enjoyed those kinds of conversations. And I found that as I got older and those conversations could be augmented by the addition of alcohol, they got better.
I always like
better?
that at these family gatherings, Sydney can be found with our other family members debating politics. At this particular Thanksgiving, oh boy, we're in for a treat. It's going to be a good one. And then you go in the family room, and Justin is playing video games
with the kids.
With the kids.
That's
about right.
Justin's designated position.
I feel like
I go in there. I don't really play the games, but I'm just I can sit here and no one will notice me.
Yeah, I mean it's the Hunger Games during that family holiday. Only you're definitely not hungry. Everybody has to use their particular skills to the best of their abilities to avoid horrible conversation with people you don't want to talk to. And maybe you get drunk, maybe you find video games, maybe you sleep, maybe my plan B is always to be really involved with the food prep. So it's that's a great conversation, but those green beans need to be moved to the other table randomly. I'm going to go do that. Look at me, I'm moving them green beans, bye.
Those green beans that have been sitting in a can, in a pot on the stove that no one has cooked for half of Thanksgiving, because that happens at our house every year.
Happens in our house.
We look and go, why is there a can of green beans in a pot on the stove? It's turned off, don't worry, but what was the plan and who was to implement it?
No, I think that's because one person in our family seems to think that their contribution to Thanksgiving dinner is bringing 4 cans of green beans, saying I didn't have time to cook them here, and putting them in a pot. I think that's why. If I can go out on a limb there. Sorry, you know who you are.
Yeah. If you listen to our show, I don't know if any of our family listens. If you listen, you know who you are.
You make really good deviled eggs. I wish you made those instead all the time.
One of the best treats I think of any family gathering, but Thanksgiving in particular, is finding out we have a big family. So most of the time we know
we have a big half of the family.
Yes,
half of our family is very large.
Yeah, on our mom's side, we have a very large family, and for Riley, it's been interesting because as she's gotten older, she didn't necessarily know all of our extended family because everybody was kind of grew up. Everybody was kind of older than her, grew up and kind of moved away, and so. There's always this fun game where Riley doesn't know who a family member is. That's exciting.
The prank people like to play on me, where everyone just acts like this person that no one knows who it is a family member. And then I'm like, wait, am I related to this person? I've never seen them before in my life.
That's the other fun part of it is that every Thanksgiving, there are some strangers. I don't know. It's never clear who brought them. Someone brought them.
No one ever sees them leave. No one ever sees them enter.
And they talk to just enough people that you're going, oh, okay, they came with, well, or maybe, hold on. Is that so-and-so's new boyfriend? No, because they seem to be talking to, how do they know him? Okay, I'm very confused.
This is a regular occurrence that has been going on since before me.
Yes.
That I do not enjoy one bit. Especially when I walk into a room expecting it to be like people I'm comfortable around, and this person's in there, and I'm like, oh no, I don't even know your name. I don't know what you do. I don't know who you know. I gotta go.
Is it possible that we just have like there's wedding crashers? Do we have like Thanksgiving crashers? Do we have people that are like, that's a big family, they have a lot of good food, and they're all really weird and too socially awkward to ask if anybody knows me? I'm just going to show up and get some turkey. And by that I mean, hey, everybody listening, you should just show up at my parents' house on Thanksgiving because no one's going to stop you.
Nobody will. Nobody knows. We really don't. And I wonder if this is not a phenomenon in other families where somebody decides to bring a friend for Thanksgiving. This was a situation I've never been in. I've never been the friend who goes home with somebody for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I think I would be bad at it because I would feel very awkward.
Yeah, apparently these people are just really good at acting like they belong. Act like
they're just really good at being social people.
Maybe they're just like not bad at being persons.
Yeah, I didn't mean that in a bad way. I just meant I am very bad even when I am supposed to be somewhere, like acting like I am supposed to be somewhere. Like walking in the hallway in between classes. Like I have my hall pass, I know where I'm going, but I also am probably acting very suspicious because I'm looking around and making sure no one is paying attention to me because I don't want anyone to look at me.
I will say that's like an older thing, I think, too, Riley. I think people usually don't start incorporating like friends and that kind of thing until they're like, I don't know, in college. Maybe you bring some friends home from college or something, or past that. As a teenager, I don't remember inviting like friends over for Thanksgiving, like come hang out with my family because they hung out with their families.
So. Yeah.
So yeah, I was the add-on friend one year for Thanksgiving. And the family was absolutely lovely. The friend that invited me was absolutely a wonderful human. But it was so very difficult for me because I can't default to the family thing. I'm like, I'm just going to nap because, well, now I'm in somebody else's house and I have to be absolutely courteous, but I definitely cannot be like charming and warm. So I just have to make myself useful. And it's like, okay, so we came like, I'm going to make these things. Let me make these things. You have an oven? Great. I have 3 recipes planned before dinner hits the table. That will take up that period of time. Then once dishes hit the table, I can then busy myself clearing the table and then washing the dishes. And then there's putting things in Tupperware. Okay, I've got my battle plan. I'm going to be of use the whole night. My friend's just like, what are you doing? Why are you clearing plates as soon as we finish them? What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
I just need to keep busy. I just have to keep moving.
If I'm in motion, nobody can focus on me.
So basically on Thanksgiving, Taylor turns into a shark. She has to keep moving forward or else she dies. If anyone stops her at any point to have a conversation, she just falls on the ground asleep in a nap.
Somebody just stops me, so how do you know my granddaughter? And I just scream.
I don't know how to have a conversation.
He just barrels through them like, I can't stop.
At my house, we all just sing Buffy. We don't talk.
I'm allowed to fall asleep in the living room with people sitting on me. This isn't a thing.
Does anybody need a massage? Can I give somebody a massage? Please help me occupy myself.
Now, I thought one thing that was interesting, in instead of bringing friends to Thanksgiving, which did happen, like we've talked about all through my recollection growing up. And when I was in college, I remember bringing a bunch of friends to Thanksgiving one year. You know, people who couldn't go home for Thanksgiving themselves, so they came to our family and hung out, you know, and it was a lot of fun. But you, Riley, had a Friendsgiving.
I did.
Which is something that never would have occurred to me, certainly not in high school. Maybe when I was older, but not in high school, to where you guys like cooked and everything.
Yeah, we all, the person whose house we had it at made the turkey, and then we all agreed on a different thing we would make, and we all brought all of our food, and that was when we picked names for Secret Santa with my group of friends, and we all ate dinner together and talked and had a good time and picked names, and then we agreed that we would have a Christmas party very similar to Friendsgiving, where we all made food and ate, and we would exchange our gifts for Secret Santa. So, kind of like a little party.
Well, I think that's nice.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Nice.
I can't have imagined organizing that, because it's weird. And I wonder if that's a generational shift or just different people, because like when I was in high school, the Thanksgiving and the holidays were very firmly family affairs. Like, I might get presents around the holidays for some of my friends, but I'd just give them to them at school because I wasn't going to see them, you know. I mean, just wasn't the norm.
Yeah, we always do a Secret Santa with my group of girlfriends every year. So that was kind of an easy way to pick names and exchange gifts.
Well, I will say, as like a single lady in New York with a lot of friends that work in the same industry that I do, who, you know, generally work over holidays, Friendsgivings are pretty common up here in NYC. You know, because it's just like, I think it is that weird trade-off of like, well, we're all probably trying to go home for Christmas, so we're probably not being able to go home for Thanksgiving. Like, you know.
Sure. It just, and that makes sense to me. I think it strikes me as a big difference, though, that Riley still lives at home. Her friends still live at home. They all have access to their families, and they're still having kind of their own private Thanksgiving celebration. I think that's kind of cool, and definitely something we never did. We just, we all complained about our family gatherings or bragged about them or whatever, but then at school on the following Monday, not on our phones.
Riley, did you guys cook food for your Friendsgiving?
We did.
What did you make?
I made caramel apple cheesecake bars.
Ooh.
And then I planned on making Sydney's sweet potato casserole, but then I realized I had underestimated the time needed, so Sydney and Justin stepped in and
we just helped.
Pretty much made the sweet potato casserole for me.
Helped.
But I did make the caramel apple cheesecake bars myself. Those I did too.
Nice.
Very tasty.
Riley references my sweet potato casserole as if like, well, like Sydney has recipes that she cooks. This is the one recipe Sydney makes, by the way. This is it. This is
well, that's
all
why
I
it's
can
yours.
make.
It's your thing.
I know. I don't want to take any more credit than I am due. I can make one thing on earth.
See, your thing.
One food.
Your thing is like a cooking thing, though. Like not necessarily a baking thing. It's like a cooking and baking thing. And like I've seen you cook things before, but I don't know about you all. But when it comes to the holidays, and I have to come up with something to make or some way to help, I can never help with cooking because it's just kind of like throw some of this in there and add some of this and it tastes like this and this is great. Like I gotta help with the baking because you have precise measurements and ingredients and directions to follow, and there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And those are the only things I can make or help with.
No,
I don't know about you all. I don't know if you all are the same way.
I'm a cooker, not a baker.
I would like to think I'm a little of both. I mean, because see, all of my references, I'm not able to go home this year, and I thought I was working on Thanksgiving. Now I just found out I'm not, so I have no plans with friends. It's literally just me. So it's like, well, I'll just devote my time to like working on some projects for the bar. And
or come home.
Yeah, you know, it's super last minute. I would if I could, but
it's in like 3 days.
Like a lot of what we do for bar prep is very much like, well, the science takes you this far, and then there's this much room for improvisation. So I don't know.
You're like a mix.
Yeah, I made this is my little. I want to put up a Thanksgiving leftover cocktail for after Thanksgiving for that weekend, a special. I made
that's so smart.
Fat washed with butter, toasted pecan, wild turkey that I'm gonna make into a cocktail.
My gosh.
It's gonna be real good. Man. That's as close as I get to cooking this year. I put
Riley's
some stuff in whiskey.
Man, I bet that's good. I have no idea because I've never tasted any of those things.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving leftovers are already good.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be like what's the thing from Friends, Riley? The sandwich?
Is it just called the sandwich?
No, it's the moist maker. It's got the moist maker.
Moist maker.
Yeah, it should be that in a cocktail form.
And it's combined of all of the leftover Thanksgiving leftovers, just the perfect amount of each.
Exactly. But that word is terrible. That word moist.
Yes,
it is a terrible word.
I hate it.
Now,
I'm sorry.
I want to talk more about Thanksgiving and some of our traditions. But hey, Riley.
Let's go check out the group message.
Yeah, let's check it out.
This week we have one Jumbotron for...
one Jumbotron.
Just one.
That was the count.
The count?
From Sesame Street.
This one is for Mark, and it is from Rachel. And Rachel says, Mark, can you believe we've been married for 2 years? I love you so much, and I'm so glad we didn't meet each other in high school, and we were both a little too crazy for each other. All my love, Rachel.
Oh,
that's very sweet.
Congratulations,
so
Mark and Rachel.
Guys, 2 years. A lot of days.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't meet in high school.
Riley says, a lot of days. Can't add them up. Too many numbers. Don't like math.
730.
Over 700, less than 1,000.
Congratulations.
730 days. Congratulations, guys. And Sydney said I couldn't add. Yeah. There you go.
Mark and Rachel, I hope you're better at math than my sister.
Me too.
Happy marriage. We also have a sponsor we'd like to tell you about this week. Hey, I'm going to ask Taylor this week.
Oh, God.
I asked Riley last week. Hey, Taylor.
Yeah?
Did you know that 1 in 3 women experience little bladder leaks when they run, jump, sneeze, or laugh?
I must not be one of those 3. I wouldn't know. Tell me more about this.
Did you know that this can get worse after you have had a baby?
Well, let's do some math there, since Sydney said I couldn't. 1 in 3. One of us has had a baby. There's 3 of us.
I'm not ashamed.
Sometimes I
My
pee a
body
little.
gave birth.
There's a product for me.
Keep telling us, Sydney.
I'm not ashamed at all. My body did an amazing thing, and now occasionally it might be a little leaky. But thankfully, there's new product just for, I'm not saying like me, just for women who have a little bit of leak.
Women like
occasionally. Icon pee-proof underwear. Now, we told you about this last week. These are the same people who brought you Thinks Period underwear. Basically, Icon, when you wear these, they're going to look and feel just like a regular, lovely pair of underwear, but they have a secret power that will be unleashed when needed, where they can hold up to 6 teaspoons of liquid, as in pee, without the bulky, bunchy, plasticky feel of a panty liner. So, it comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Icon does. So you can take them for a dry run. And if you're not loving them within 30 days, they'll refund you. Easy peasy. They're machine washable. They're totally life-changing. And they have anti-odor and antimicrobial treatments as well. You can wear them all day long.
Do you dry run? You see that?
A dry run.
Dry run? Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you all interested in trying out Icon?
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
And we have a little deal, right?
Yeah, we have a little deal. Tell us about it, Riley.
If you want some Icon undies, which why wouldn't you? Go to iconundies.com and enter the code buffering for $5 off your order.
So go to icon.com, enter the code buffering and get $5 off your order.
Just for you.
Check them out. Icon pee-proof panties.
Yeah.
So, Thanksgiving. There are some traditions. First of all, food.
Great lead-in, Sydney.
I feel like I'm doing like an NPR show.
Food.
One of the most wonderful things about Thanksgiving
Well, now let's see.
Hi.
are the beautiful dishes that you share.
And
with your
welcome to
family and friends.
welcome to holidays.
Does anybody?
I am your host, Riley Smurl.
This is getting very strange.
So first of all, of course, turkey this year doing it totally different. Dad wants us to get a deep fried turkey from Bojangles.
What?
I would like to add, yes, Bojangles will give you a deep fried turkey for like $38.
Yeah, and you just reheat it at home.
Don't
and-
deep
but
fry your
Dad-
turkey.
Dad thought that you brought the mirror turkey.
Oh, they would deep
Thought
fry
you
it
would
for
deep fry
you.
it for you.
Yeah, you drop a turkey off at Bojangles and be like, I'll be back in an hour.
How do you know it's your turkey that you're picking back up? Would they swap you out not a good turkey? Like that
Ooh.
could happen. I wouldn't trust those shady Bojangles.
We have tried deep frying the turkey in our turkey in the past because
We thought we were going to blow up the house.
yeah, Uncle Michael, Scampy Mike, got a deep fryer one year and just had to deep fry everything. So we tried
deep fried cheese. We deep fried apples.
No,
to deep
fried
fried all sort of
turkey.
snack cakes and cookies.
Sid, as a medical professional, is there a rise in deep fry related injuries around Thanksgiving?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, like there are all kinds of safety videos and things if you want to deep fry a turkey. Like there are all kinds of YouTube videos.
But if you're a
And
member
the
of
thing
our
they stress
family,
is safety.
yeah, you will not watch them.
No, you won't watch
Yeah.
them. Even though, like, I mean, people legitimately, they burn down their houses and they get really injured trying to deep fry anything, but specifically turkeys because they're big. They displace a lot of oil. And if you put too much oil in there and then everything's really hot and then you spill a bunch of oil on fire,
It's not great.
that's not great. So,
Yeah.
like, don't deep fry a turkey unless you know how.
My favorite was the first year we ever tried to deep fry a turkey. When we deep fry the turkey outside, it goes great. We eat it. It was delicious. We all thought we were going to die. We didn't. It's great. And then someone brings it inside, and we bring it inside,
That's
and
the
we
thing you
set it
don't
up
do.
on our table. Huh?
It's a thing you don't do. You don't bring it inside.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, you do
exactly.
this
We
outside.
bring it inside with the hot oil, not cooled down, just like still hot. Cool. All right. Set it on our kitchen table and just started throwing stuff in it. Like that's what we did for a solid hour.
Yeah, was just deep fry things that's not something I'm proud of, really.
No. I don't know why we did this. I don't know why this was an adult's decision to do.
Well, I don't think it was an adult's decision.
Can I get a ruling on cranberry sauce?
I was
No.
gonna. I wanted to bring that up because it's always there, and you feel like you have to have it. And who's ever like, oh, but man, where's the cranberry? Huh? I really need that.
I'm going to make a poll on our Facebook page, and I'm going to say cranberry sauce. And the answers are just going to be no or extra no.
What?
I think like,
We need to clarify. Are we talking about like homemade, here's like a sauce that I made out of cranberries, or are we talking about that thing
That
that's
hard
shaped like the
thing.
can?
Yeah.
I just
Both.
I don't know how did cranberry sneak in there? And it's like turkey, delicious. Mashed potatoes, delicious. And the cranberry's like, me too, guys, me too. I'm necessary. I'm part of this. Like, how did that happen? What
you ever-
cranberry like representative like paid some money in Congress and got them on the plate? What's a deal there?
Have you ever tried cranberries with turkey?
I mean, yeah, you do, and you go, that's what that tastes like.
It does complement it. Like, I won't say it's a crazy pairing. It does complement it, but I agree with you in that thing that's shaped like a can.
Don't
that,
you just like take slices of it and eat it?
well, you could, but I think the idea is to eat it with bites of turkey.
But it's so gelatinous.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
it is.
anything-
It's like
gelatinous
Jell-O.
is what bothers me. I don't enjoy gelatinous foods typically. So
I like.
okay, that's always at our Thanksgiving. Like
I
I think
know.
Mom feels the need to
Well, Mom
like,
also makes
furnish it for people.
a cranberry relish. Is that what she calls it?
Yeah.
That I have not tried. But she knows, and she even said this year as we were buying things, I don't think anyone eats this. Oh well, I'll make it.
There are just some foods that get made. I mean, the cranberry stuff is one of them. The green beans, I don't think anyone ever eats, except Dad. the stuffing can be good, but it really just depends on how much effort someone wants to put in. When Taylor made the stuffing in that, remember when you made it in the shape of Spider-Man heads?
Oh, I made the best stuffing. I had this. It was kind of messed up though, because the nature of stuffing is it's supposed to go inside a turkey. Now, for a lot of reasons, a lot of people don't do that. Mainly, it's like a microbial thing. Like you can get bacteria from cooking it. It cooks unevenly when you actually cook it in the turkey. But it was a turkey sausage based stuffing, which seemed really wrong in a wonderful way to say like, here's your turkey with turkey sausage stuffing. I stuffed this turkey full of other turkey.
Deal with this turkey.
It's like so mean to the turkey.
I want to know, has anyone as a family ever tried to make a turducken?
No.
Part 2, why have we not?
I don't know. This seems right up Dad's alley.
It really does. You take a turkey, you stuff it with a duck, you stuff that duck with chicken, right? Is that the order it goes in, or is it the other way around?
I have never seen a duck eat how big it is when eating duck. I mean, I've seen a duck. Like I'm aware of ducks.
Part 1 of this plan is find a duck to show Sydney what a duck looks like.
I've seen a live duck. I've eaten a duck taco once, but they didn't show me, they didn't bring out here's the duck, madam, will this do?
Wait, I'm confused. Are you?
Yes, garçon, cook that up and put it in a taco for me.
Put that in a taco.
You cannot visualize what a cooked duck looks like. Is that what we're understanding here?
I'm trying to figure out what's bigger, a duck or a chicken. They seem like equal.
I would guess it goes in phonetic order, like turkey's on the outside, duck, then there's ducky, and is a chicken. So that's the order.
Yeah.
Turd,
that's
duck,
what
in.
I said.
Turkey, duck, chicken.
Or would a duck be smaller than a chicken? Is a duck go in the turkey?
A duck is not smaller than a chicken.
I don't know.
Are they the same size? Do we just cut them in half and kind of moosh them together so you have half a duck and half a chicken inside a whole turkey?
I don't think any of this should happen. I don't think it should happen.
I apologize to any vegetarians who are listening right now.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure this is horrifying.
Yeah. I'm real sorry.
We also make sweet potato casserole. that has no animal in it. Well, I mean, it does have eggs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then other Thanksgiving foods. There's the requisite number of casseroles. There's always there's a corn one and there's a broccoli one and there's an eggplant one and there's all these casseroles.
I was being given the menu basically for our Thanksgiving dinner by Mom, and I'm gonna say she said the word casserole 6 times out of the 10 things that we're having for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of casseroles. And then of course, for dessert there have to be lots of pies.
Yeah,
and we can't. And Mom's gonna kill us for talking about this. We cannot talk about Thanksgiving and desserts.
Oh no! You're not gonna do it.
No, Sydney, don't do it.
You're not gonna be allowed in the house.
Mom, I know you're listening. This is Sydney that brought it up. This is Sydney's doing.
And not bring up the trifle.
Oh God. This is Sydney's doing, Mom. I still love you.
I don't know why. Why did Mom decide to make a trifle that year?
She saw. I mean, the funny thing is I think there's a parallel in Friends that had about equal results where Rachel tried to make a trifle, but got the pages
and she was
confused.
reading half of the ingredient or half the recipe for a trifle and half the recipe for
meatloaf, something.
Yeah, meatloaf.
Yeah. This was not dissimilar. Mom found saw a beautiful picture for a trifle, and it was a couple I think just it's kind of last minute. I'll just buy this instead of make that. I'll just buy this instead of make that. She'd made a million beautiful dishes for dinner, but this was just one that kind of got the back burner treatment.
And there's also this certain dish you have to have for a trifle. So the layers you're making aren't huge.
Yeah.
So it's a tall cylindrical. If you're unaware of what a trifle is, I've never had an actual trifle, but isn't it just layers of various sweet things that kind of all combine?
And it is. It's in a cylinder shape.
And it's not too wide. But Mom didn't really have a trifle dish, so she had a wide width of a cake.
It was a salad bowl. Let's go.
It was basically a salad bowl that had a trifle in it. And the trifle, I will say, was made with I don't know,
mini donuts.
85 mini donuts. Which 85 mini donuts in a salad bowl. is
Covered in
that's not a problem.
whipped cream and pumpkin puree. I think that was the recipe. This is what you're gonna do.
That sounds
Make the
about
Mary
right.
Swirl trifle. You get yourself 2 packs of donut holes, 2 cans of pumpkin puree, maybe some like sugar, maple syrup or something, and some whipped cream. And you just layer them in a salad bowl, and then you throw it in the face of your most ungrateful family member, and that is how you make a Mary Swirl trifle.
No, I want to see this trifle, and I want to see pictures of it on the Facebook page.
I need someone to make this, please.
We're not giving you any more information
No,
than this.
that's
Do
literally
your best.
all you need.
That's basically
MacGyver this. Do your best with what we've given you.
Well,
If you
and-
make this for your Thanksgiving dinner and bring it to your family and act like this is legit what you made, I will be so grateful.
Now, I will say this. There's nothing wrong with those ingredients. Like I don't know what it was supposed to look like per
It
se.
tasted fine.
But it tasted amazing because like donuts, pumpkin,
And they were like cinnamon
Pie
pumpkin
filling.
something donuts too.
yeah, like cinnamon pumpkin donuts and whipped cream. Like, I mean, that's delicious. I mean, I don't need to eat it out of a salad bowl, but I will.
You don't need to try to cut it into slices
mushy,
and
lumpy
then have it all
bowl.
just kind of blob together.
Look, here's the thing. Like, we're not saying it didn't taste good, and this is no judgment of taste. Sydney, you and I have put pizza rolls inside of Hot Pockets and eaten them before. That is a thing we have
that's
done.
a
We did
great
that last
idea.
year. It's not even a minute ago. We are not above the trifle being spoken of.
No, there's no judgment here. It was delicious. I'm not gonna give Mom a hard time about it. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't think it looked exactly like she had hoped.
I know there are pictures of it that exist.
and 85 mini donuts in a salad bowl. I know that was like some sort of like nerd
Record?
rock band from the 90s. Are you gonna go to the 85 mini donuts in a salad bowl concert tomorrow?
Oh, that's my man.
Okay, y'all. Thanksgiving dinner challenge, just like those Jimmy Fallon challenges, where like you tell your kids you eat all the candy.
Mm-hmm.
All you get: salad bowl, mini donuts, lots of them, whipped cream, pumpkin pie filling. Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
That's it. That's what you get.
that's it.
make it
Bring
work.
that to your family. Say this is legit what you made for Thanksgiving dinner. I will love you forever.
I got this recipe off of a cooking podcast that I listened to.
They give us great recipes and lots of detailed instructions.
No, we just want you to use your imaginations.
You know, I did the total jerk move, and then that Christmas, I got Mom a trifle dish, a proper one, as a present.
Oh no!
And it was kind of like, here you go. How are you going to react to this? She just opened it and smiled and said, thank you, honey.
And Taylor said, "Well played, mother. You win this round."
We'll call it a draw.
I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention like some traditions like football. In particular, our family plays football. We call it the Turkey Bowl because we're infinitely creative.
Yep.
And it's Thanksgiving every year.
We make t-shirts.
We make t-shirts. Those are probably like Goodwill Gold.
Oh, yeah. If you ever, and they're out there. There are like a million out there. I have 3 currently in my wardrobe, and I know I've probably donated 3 others. So,
Yeah, they always have the same like turkey and Meadows Family Turkey Bowl on the front, and then the year, and then like we used to personalize them with our names on the back.
Well, a
except,
nickname.
Yeah, you didn't have to go with your name. You could go with a nickname
Because we're cool.
yeah.
because we're so
And
cool.
creative. And a number.
And I think the family football game is a pretty standard. There are a lot of families I think who do that Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah.
Ours gets pretty competitive, especially
It starts
our
out
dad.
as 2-hand
Oh,
touch.
man.
It doesn't stay there.
No, dad can try to hurt people sometimes.
And like dad like has 2 bad knees and now a bad shoulder. And he has a hard time doing some things that are just like regular things, but
He
no,
can't stop, won't
he
stop.
can't stop every year at family football. He's always playing as hard as he can.
He also literally can't stop sometimes when he's running because of his knees. So sometimes he's just like this, like runaway, like semi who's just coming at you full speed to 2-hand touch you so you don't score in the family Thanksgiving football game.
Which is like half made up of kids under the age of 12.
At which point you just dive on the ground and go, it's fine, I'm down. I tackled myself. It's fine.
No. I touched myself with 2 hands.
Just throw your hands over, drop the ball. I'm touching myself. That's a good thing.
Can
for
I
a
eat
family
turkey
holiday.
now? We talked about random people showing up. We had a random person join us at our family football game last year.
Yep. Don't know his name.
No.
Kind of ran by.
We are all too awkward to say anything other than like, hey, buddy.
Come on.
Good game. That was the extent of our conversation. But we're welcoming. Come play with us. We're friendly. We're just awkward. The Meadows family.
That's our catchphrase.
Put that on the back of your shirts this year. I do always like the football game before the big meal, though. It makes you feel like you deserved it, even though probably you just stood on the sidelines and like hid your hands beneath your armpits for an hour and then maybe ran back and forth twice. Like, it makes you feel like you deserved it.
Yeah.
And I always like the test that I think was the one who brought the most current boyfriends to the turkey bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sydney wins that.
So, putting them through that kind of test, like, oh, you want to date me? Here, come play football with my overly aggressive father and all of my family while we wear matching shirts.
But I think that's a really good litmus. I think for me, it's always been a matter of timing. I think I would have gotten out of a lot more crappy relationships a lot earlier if I'd had the turkey bowl as the gauntlet. Like, so many people in my past, if they'd had to play football against my father and I could have seen who they were in that situation, I would have been like, no, this will never work.
I want to know what your all's I want to know in what situation where you would have saw someone playing with dad where you would have been like, no, can't be with this one. Like, too aggressive against dad, like letting dad win. Like, what's the line?
I think that we both know that the aggression that lives within our father lives within us. It's so you just get a microcosm of like, look, if you can't stand up to my dad on the football field, being with me in the long term, that's going to be my dad on the football field. I think there is no two-hand touch in this relationship.
No, I mean, I don't expect him to win, but I just wanted him to be able to hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
I mean, our family football game is a metaphor.
Oh my God, that's the perfect metaphor for dating any of us. We don't expect you to win, just be able to hang. Date a small girl.
I think Justin would attest to that.
I think so.
We don't want you to win, just expect you to hang. There's one last thing I think we should talk about as a kind of a closeout for this Thanksgiving weekend, which is Black Friday.
Yes.
Which, if you are unaware, is like just the Friday after Thanksgiving, which I guess is the official start of the Christmas season.
Yes.
And like the shopping industry.
And there's lots of sales.
And there's lots of deals that start at midnight on Thursday after Thanksgiving.
And Riley is about to start a new family tradition because this is not one that any of us in the Smurl family have ever taken part in. I'm
going to the mall with friends on Thursday at midnight after Thanksgiving to go shop the deals.
What are you hoping to get?
I'm kind of seeing this as kind of like because I buy things for myself every now and then. Like, I'll see something online like clothes or makeup or whatever. I'm like, oh, I want this for myself. I'm going to buy this. I see this as kind of the last point in this calendar year where I will buy things for myself. And then after that, I will just be buying Christmas gifts.
But wait, what specific deals are you going? Because the thing is, like,
clothes.
Riley,
clothes deals.
Okay.
Makeup
because
deals.
The thing is, I've never been Black Friday shopping. Now, Taylor and I have been to the mall on Black Friday, like way back. I mean, but you were pretty little. That's why you weren't with us.
Yeah.
Just to watch people.
Yeah, we would go and get ice cream and just stare.
Yeah.
That's
just like, I can't believe these people are this crazy about TVs.
Yeah. Mine's mostly like, I don't do that much shopping on Black Friday either. It's kind of just like the experience, I would say. Like being at the mall at midnight and going into the clothes stores and seeing that, like, oh, look at this, my favorite clothes store that's already like super cheap, get like 20% off. That's cool. I'll buy some things. Or like going in the makeup store and it's like, hey, I can get this entire brand for 20% off or get like this free thing. All right.
Now, I'm interested to know, as we this will be kind of a lead in to the Christmas season, and all the shopping that is inherent in the Christmas season. Back when Taylor and I were younger, Christmas shopping usually involved, we would go with Dad on a shopping trip to the mall to like fan out and find presents for Mom. And then we would go with Mom multiple times to get presents for Dad and everyone else in the family. And that included, before I could drive, going to get like friend gifts, or after I could drive, like, I mean, I usually went with Mom anyway to get, gifts for whoever I was buying presents for. Now, nowadays, I do all my shopping online for the most part.
I do too.
Is that, I mean, I'm assuming you guys don't do the Mad Mall, like all Christmas season at the mall every day rush anymore.
No. I've actually already bought a few Christmas gifts, some for you all and some for friends, like Secret Santa friends and other friends. But I will say, unless I see something, because I don't go to the mall a lot to shop anyways, but unless I see something and I'm like, oh man, this person would love this, I need to get this for this person, I will always shop online. Mm-hmm. Like Cyber Monday deals.
Right.
They have online Black Friday deals now. Like I was just looking the other day. That's what it's called.
I know it is.
I was just looking online, like for Black Friday deals to see what they would be like at the mall. And it was like the same deals are online. Like I can just go on there and buy things. And it's like so much money saved.
You're solving the game tape early.
I know. But yeah, I will always buy things online for people unless I see something in person. I'm like, oh man, I need to get that.
Do you think that Taylor will know what I'm talking about here. Do you think that means that what we would have called chapstick gifts, meaning that like the self-defense Christmas presents you buy for friends who you're not sure if they're going to buy you presents or not, that we used to call chapstick gifts because they were usually like a fancy little pack of Bonnie Bell chapsticks or something.
Yeah, you get like the pack of 12 with all the different flavors, and then maybe you'd split them up with like a glittery nail polish each.
And you would have that like in defense, like just in case somebody was like, here's your Christmas present. And you were like, oh, I didn't know they were getting me. Hey, here, look for you. Here's you. I didn't put a tag on it because you. I know you would like this. Do you think your gifts are more personal? Because if you're buying them online, the thing about chapstick gifts is they didn't require a lot of hunting. Mm-hmm. You could go to kind of one area, Claire's, and just like...
That's like the one area.
Raid a rack of those kinds of things. They weren't very expensive, which is good when you were a teenager. You could buy a lot of them, carry them in your backpack to school. Are they more personal now?
Yeah, I will say that our friend group Secret Santa solves that because we've all decided. I have one friend that is in the friend group that even if I don't get them for Secret Santa, I will buy them a present, and then I will buy my Secret Santa a present. And other than that, I don't have to buy presents for anyone else because we've all decided, like, this is our Secret Santa. This is who we're buying presents for. So I have one friend in the friend group that I'll buy a present for, along with my one Secret Santa friend. And then my one friend that is not in that friend group that I'll buy a present for. And that's all the friend shopping I have to do. Because that's all my friends. But I don't have to buy presents for 12 out of the 13 of them because they're not my Secret Santa.
Can I ask a gauche question?
What does that mean?
Like, this is sort of a socially inappropriate
all right
kind of question. Back when we were young, now, of course, like, inflation will be part of this, but back when Taylor and I were younger, if we were going to go buy just random gifts for friends...
You had a price limit?
I mean, Mom didn't put a price limit on it, but it was kind of expected. Well, it was kind of expected that... Yeah. I don't know, what would you say, Tay? No more than $15?
Yeah, I was going to say like 5 to 10 even.
Yeah, even 5 to 10. Like if you were going to buy a present for a friend, it was at least it was under 15, more like 5 to 10 for a friend. Now for family, of course, it was different. And as I got older, when I had like one friend who I was really close to or something, or somebody I was dating, I might spend a little bit more. But generally, $10 was a fare for a friend. What do you expect to spend on like Secret Santa gifts?
We set our group price limit on Secret Santa. Like, there's no like a gift that would be like too small that like we would give to someone and be like, oh man, what is this?
Right.
But like the most we're allowed to spend is $20.
Oh, that's good.
For Secret Santa, fair. Which isn't that bad. Like you can get like a shirt for someone that's like $10. Like it's not like a big thing. Like last year, I got my Secret Santa. We actually ended up getting each other, and I got her some 2 pairs of cabin socks, which are like fuzzy socks she had talked about that she wanted, and then some candy. Mm-hmm. And then she got me like a box of string lights for my room and a pair of cabin socks, which, you know, I ended up spending like about 20 on her, and then she probably spent about 20 on me.
That's interesting that it hasn't. I just assumed like with the availability of online shopping and so many, like you can get a nicer present for somebody so much faster. What would come with that would be the expectation that you would get people.
I will say, from my friend, like not necessarily my Secret Santa friend, but like my 2 friends that I will get presents for no matter what, I will probably spend more than $20 on them.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you all feel this way, and I feel like this is maybe a family thing, because I know we definitely do this for each other in our family, but I feel like it's not a gift enough for Christmas. Like birthday gifts are one thing, or like gifts at any other point in the year are one thing. But Christmas, I feel like it's not just a gift if you get someone one thing.
Yeah.
Like to kind of compile various items that turn into an assortment of gifts. Like I love Taylor's stacks of presents that we get every year, where it's like she'll tape together 4 boxes on top of each other, and those are our presents from Taylor.
It's a horrible
like, I always
elevation
have to feel
game
like
we've entered into.
Yeah, like I always feel like I have to make an assortment of presents. So like for my Secret Santa, I will get them one gift, but for my 2 friends, I will get them an assortment of things that I think they will like. So it's just like, okay, now they won't just see this one thing, and if they don't like it, oh here, now there's 3 more things.
Well, and it's definitely like a thing we do as a family. Like we get each other a lot of things. Maybe it's not a lot of expensive things, just a lot of like little
just
things.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Instead of one super expensive item, here are a bunch of cheaper items.
Yeah.
I always think of it though, like it's how our mom likes to get gifts, but it's also how I like to get gifts, and I think I've gotten it from her, and thus that's how I give. It's like, here's something for all of the senses. Here's something to eat. Here's something that smells good. Here's something to wear. Here's something to read. Like, here's something to listen to. It's like this full encompassing gift of like the 360 human experience in a box. That's
a very mom way of looking at it.
And I don't know about you all, but I enjoy getting that kind of present.
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Like, I would rather receive like like Taylor described, a 360 senses present, an assortment that covers all of my senses that I can be enjoying all simultaneously, than like one super nice thing. Because I always feel bad when people get me super nice things for an occasion, but if someone just gets me like a few small things, or like, you know, midway priced things, like that's different.
I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of old fashioned in that I would much rather somebody give me, I don't know, world peace.
Okay. This has been
save it for the Christmas episode, Sid.
I'm kidding. Well, I hope whatever holidays you are or aren't celebrating this week, I hope that they are joyful, and I hope that you don't argue too much with your family about politics. I think this year will probably be an exception for me. I'm choosing a policy of not engaging.
Yeah, this year is different.
Just fall back on like a litany of very like basic things that don't sound rude, but also don't have an opinion. Like, boy, howdy, you don't say. Really now? Huh. And just in rotation. Just go through those.
I think I'm just going to have to, I don't know, I'm going to have to memorize like a bunch of like mental floss articles or something, so I can just say, well, I don't want to talk about that. Let me tell you this weird thing I learned about caterpillars. Or something. That'll be me. I'll be strange trivia girl for all of Thanksgiving. Oh, no. We can't talk about the election right now. Do you know about the War of 1812?
Can you actually,
here's a cool fact.
Can you just go for broke on caterpillars? Can you just go 100% only caterpillar facts all day? That's all we're talking about. That's the only thing I'll talk about. I have a million of them, but nothing else is getting through. Because I think that is a fantastic defense strategy.
That's all I'm going to bring up. Every time someone talks to me about the election, I'm just going to bring up caterpillars again.
Good.
It's the only way I'm going to continue talking to my family after Thursday. So, but I hope everybody listening has a wonderful week, whether you celebrate the Thanksgiving or not. Even if you don't, you know, it's a beautiful fall week. So eat a lot and spend time with your loved ones, because you don't really need a holiday to do that.
Yeah.
You know? Turkey's an all-the-time food, in my book.
Wow, Sydney. It's powerful.
Thank you, sisters, as always.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you. I'm thankful for you and you, both of you.
Oh,
thankful for both of you too.
I'm thankful for you girls. Thank you for listening at home. Please join our Facebook group, Still Buffering on Facebook, and share us pictures of your awful Thanksgiving trifles or wonderful Thanksgiving trifles, whatever trifles you make. You can tweet at us at stillbuff. You can email us at stillbuffering@maximumfun.org if you have thoughts or suggestions or comments about the show or topics you want us to talk about. If you want to take out a Jumbotron, maximumfun.org/Jumbotron, and we will send a message to somebody you like or love or care about in some way on the show. And thank you to the Novellas for our theme song, Baby You Change Your Mind.
This has been Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
I am a teenager.
And I was two.
Gobble, gobble.
Hello, Internet. I'm your husband host, Travis McElroy.
And I'm your wife host, Teresa McElroy.
And together we present Schmanners.
It's extraordinary etiquette.
For ordinary occasions.
We explain the historical significance of everyday etiquette topics, then answer your questions relating to modern life.
So join us weekly on MaximumFun.org or wherever podcasts are found.
No RSVP required.
Check out Schmanners.
Schmanners. Get it?
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.